and welcome back everybody to the first inning. And we have a good show for you today actually because we have the return of Michael Caputo. And I guess
Thank you.
I guess he's gonna do a guest in today because he's coming back to talk baseball. But the Yankees, Michael ain't doing so good still, man.
Nah,
Sucks.
well, I'm not going to go on like one of my rants again like the last time, but I will tell you how I feel about this team. And last time I didn't come on because I had obviously you said that the call didn't go through because there was problems, and plus I didn't want to talk about them anyways because they're so embarrassing. But yeah, I figure maybe I do one more, and that's it, or two, but whatever. However, but there's nothing really to say. I mean, the Yankees are pretty much all what they are. They're just not it's not a great team, man. It's they every time they look like they're going to take a step forward, they take steps back. They're just they're a joke, this team. And once again, they just prove you that they just don't want to contend. They're heading into the All-Star break, basically looking right now like they're on life support. And there's nothing really much to say about the Yankees, but just to say that this team is, they're just going to be a team that's going to miss the playoffs. They're not going anywhere. I mean, I don't know.
No
People
way.
think that we're going to be buyers at the trading deadline. What trades are we going to make to turn this team around? There's nothing.
You can't make enough trades to turn this team around. And not only that,
and what trades will turn this team around? I'm hearing Jose Barrios and Joey Gallo. I don't want those guys. First of all, did people look at Joey Gallo's numbers though? Overall, he sucks. The guy, he strikes out or he hits a home run. What's the hype with this guy? He's terrible. And Jose Barrios, he's a number 3 starter. He's not a number 1. All right, yeah, he's got good numbers, but to me, he's like another James Paxton. I don't want him. Don't we have enough of those guys in our rotation?
yeah, I mean, look, first of all, if we're this bad, this far out to even being contenders in the playoffs, it doesn't even make sense to buy
But if
players.
they're going to make trades that actually are great trades, like trade for Castillo, trade for Hendricks, trade for Scherzer, trade for Marte. Why would you want to trade for Barrios? See, this is what I mean with the Yankees, though. They just don't want to ever go the extra mile. They want to go for these Band-Aid pitches. Barrios is an okay pitcher. I saw his numbers. He's not horrible, but he's not a guy that's putting you over the top. I saw his numbers, and the Yankees rocked him.
Yeah, but listen to what I'm trying to say. At this point in time, if the Yankees are this bad, it doesn't even matter to buy these players because they're not going to help this team.
They should be sellers. I thought they were going to be sellers. Why are they saying they're buyers this trade deadline? They should be sellers.
Exactly. We should get rid of these big stupid contracts that we got.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't have a Bobby Bonilla on the team because he would have been definitely DFA'd with that contract.
Bobby Bonilla.
Remember that one with the Mets? July 1st.
Well, I would love to trade Stanton, but there's no team on earth that's going to take Stanton's contract. Nobody wants him.
That's the problem. And then, the problem is too, we got Judge. His contract is.
Well,
expired.
Aaron Judge ain't going nowhere. I think Aaron Judge is going to stay with the Yankees. He's having a great year, despite this team being a train wreck. Judge, I got to give it to Judge this year. And if he stays healthy next year, he's probably going to stay with the Yankees. You can't. He's like he's the franchise of the team.
Yeah,
I mean, he's the only one I would keep.
Yeah, he is. He needs to stay. I mean, he is the face of the team.
They need, and this team needs somebody to attract the fans and fill the seats and ratings. Because if they don't have Aaron Judge, there's nobody on this team that you would come to the ballpark to see. Who else is there? I love Gio Urshela, but let's be real. Gio Urshela is not going to fill the seats, though. He's a great player. I love Urshela. I think he's the second best player, but Aaron Judge is the name, and he's got the Judge Chambers. They're not going to get rid of this guy.
Yeah, he's the marketing tool. They got the T-shirts, everything, the bobbleheads, all kind of crap they selling for Judge there. Yeah, that's never going to happen. They don't even have, and if you take a walk in the stadium, they don't really have much stuff of any other guy but Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, he's definitely not going nowhere, man.
Nah, he's staying. I don't know what they're going to give him, but he's not going to be getting no huge contract. But he's got to learn how to stay healthy. He's doing it this year, though. He's played the most games that he's played in a long time, and he's playing more games than any other player on this team right now. So that's a great sign. And if he stays healthy next year, then he definitely deserves a contract. I just don't know what he would be asking for. I would probably the most give him maybe 5 years. I'm not giving him no 10 years or. I said I would only give him 3 years, but if he could stay, he's having an all-star season, and next year. So now you keep Aaron Judge. I know there's a lot of value there, but you cannot get rid of your best player.
No, you can't get rid of him, but everybody else can go. Everybody else has to be a DFA. We gotta find a play. Well, they can do it if they get rid of these contracts.
Yeah, everyone has to be DFA. Problem is they're not going to do that.
But then again, they have to find a player that they can build a team around. You know what I mean? That's what they need.
But I don't understand this emphasis, like, of why they want to do trades at the deadline anyways, because they're not going anywhere. Like, you should be selling the team right now.
Yeah, they're not going right. They're not.
Well, why isn't Cashman? He doesn't even want to address whether they're going to sell or not, or they're going to buy it. He says they're going to buy it, but how are you going to buy when you're not making the playoffs? You only do that if you make it.
Well, here's what they're going to do. I know the Yankees well, and this is what they're going to do. They're not going to get rid of anybody. And what they're going to do is they're going to buy some low-key guy, like they did with this last guy and that plays left field. I forget his name now.
They're going to do that nonsense.
They're going to get one of those. They're going to get somebody like that to put on the team to see if it get them going. That's what they're going to do. Then
that's it.
Maybe they'll do all this stuff in the off season. That's what I see.
I be honest with you, I don't think they're going to do anything this trading deadline. They might not do anything.
No,
they might not do anything.
I don't think they're going to do anything. The way they were sounding in that press conference with Hal Steinbrenner and Cashman talking, it sounds like nobody's going nowhere. They're not getting rid of nobody. And what they're going to do is they're going to try to add somebody to the team.
That press conference was a disaster. I basically heard all this stuff before. Nothing have I heard. There's nothing new in that press conference that I haven't heard before. He basically just went on and babbled on about the same nonsense that we've heard billions and billions of times already. Yeah, I believe in this guy, and I believe in these players, and I believe in the coaches, and so that's it. Basically, what he's trying to say is no one's going anywhere. So they want to just lose with this team. Then they don't care about winning.
And I hope not that they put the same team next year out there. I hope not.
Oh no, you better hope not, because if they do that, we'll miss the playoffs again.
Oh, but exactly. If they do that, that truly indicates that they don't care about the fans.
And then they're purposely doing that. Yeah, they don't care about the fans, and they're purposely wanting to do this now. They want to be like a losing team now. They're accepting it now. They're going to miss the playoffs every year. That's where they're going for. That's what they're going for. Yeah.
Yeah, because they know that they're gonna pocket the money anyway. They know that fans are still going to go to the game regardless to see them lose.
Well, the offseason's the key. You have to see what this team's really going to do in the offseason. That's going to be like the real – because if they don't do anything, because you have a whole offseason to do make moves. And if you don't do anything, I don't expect anything this trading deadline. But if they don't do anything, that's a joke. And I still can't believe that they haven't made one – not fired anybody, like even Marcus Timms. Like nobody's – like everyone stays on this team.
Yeah,
they're too loyal, the Yankees. They just don't believe in ever like breaking the team up.
Well, a lot of them are company men, you know. A lot of them are company men. They're just yes men. You know what I mean? They do whatever they say is gonna happen.
I know, but it's just all the same bull crap. It's just the same bullshit over and over. How do you not even want to fire Marcus Timms? Don't want to fire Boone. They don't want to get rid of nobody. They just want to keep everything the same. It's ridiculous. I never saw a team that just wants to keep everything together for so many years like this. And when they've lost for the last 12 years and they don't see that there's a problem on this team, you got to make changes.
Right, and you know how highly they are on analytics and stuff and numbers. So if they're all so high and mighty on it, don't they see that the coaching staff, what they're doing, their trades doesn't work?
Yeah.
Don't they understand that?
Well, Hal Steinberg basically told everybody they don't care. They just don't. They're accepting the fact that this team will be a losing team now from here on out. Until things change. The only way I think this team changes and they get rid of everybody is if Hal Steinbrenner sells the team. I don't think as long as this guy's the owner, I don't think we're ever winning a World Series ever again.
No, not the way they're conducting themselves, because they act like they don't even want to win the team. I mean, they don't even want to. All they can, I think they say that they want to win, meaning that they get the money and they pocket it. That's what I feel like winning means to them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't, because if they cared about winning, they would have did so much in 2019, 2020 to get guys to carry them to the playoffs.
Well, they screwed up. Garrett Cole was basically the last straw. I think when Steinbrenner saw that we lost with Garrett Cole, he gave up. He shouldn't have gave up, but he did give up. He saw that Garrett Cole was supposed to take us to the promised land. He was the big fish, the number one ace, and we lost to Tampa, a team that makes $40 million, and Cole makes more than that whole entire team put together, and we lost to that team. So I guess after we lost to them, Hal Steinbrenner probably just, he was fed up after that. He figured if we can't win with Garrett Cole, we can't win with nobody, and we might as well not do anything anymore. I mean, not the right approach, but his father wouldn't have done that, but that's what he did. I guess he figured that's it. How are we ever going to win? If we can't win with this guy, I'm not going to go with a luxury tax every year and spend money like crazy. So he wants to run this team now like a small market team now and try to basically win within. But you've done that already. You've tried that way. They did it in 2017. They tried it that way. They lost.
Yeah, man. Exactly. And their remedies and their strategic strategies and whatever the crap they do over there is not working, man. The scouting, okay.
Yeah,
if you want to
nothing
start,
is working on this team.
If you
they keep trying to they keep trying to they want to keep trying to prove us wrong. They want to look smart. The Yankees. They want to make us oh yeah, we're gonna fool you. We're gonna try to get you good, and we're gonna shock the world and show you that we don't have to do this and do that. And we're gonna win a championship, but it hasn't worked. Their scouting department has been awful. Their farm system has been awful. Their front office has been awful. Their players, these guys that we have right now, are awful. The way this team is constructed is awful, and yet they do nothing about it.
They do nothing.
That's the sign of a team that does not care. Sorry, that's a team that the sign of it. Basically, a front office that does not care about the fans, and they don't care about the team.
Exactly, and they have people stuck in the front office that's been there for years, doing nothing, and I don't know what they do. And they're getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? And what's happening is management has fallen in love with these people that work there, players or whatever, and they don't want to get rid of them to find people who could do the better job.
Yeah. I can't get over it. If this was another team, they wouldn't have ran this team like this to the ground. They would have gotten things done. They would have said, hey, we got to put our foot down here. They're not doing that. And Hal Steinbrenner told you that. I mean, he's the owner of the team. If this guy doesn't want to do nothing, then nothing will ever be done.
He sound like he don't even care. He didn't sound like.
Oh, what a surprise! Why are we so shocked? Did you expect him to say something great, that game changing? I knew he was going to say that. I don't expect him. He's been a trash owner since he's taken over for his father. He's been nothing but bring this team down. He's been nothing but basically made this team look like a joke. He doesn't care about this team. He did nothing, this guy. He's been the owner since, 2010 or 2011? He's a joke.
Yeah, he sure is, man. He sure is.
He never cared about the fans. And then he almost basically insulted his father. You know what he said when he was talking? He said that, we're not, everything my father did not necessarily didn't work, So, I mean, he basically just put his father down when he said he was trying to say all those things that his father did when people got fired and people got hired. Because, when Steinbrenner used to do that a lot, George. Yeah. He used to fire guys and hire guys. He did it with Billy Martin a bunch of times. So he was trying to tell us that, look what he did, my father. That didn't work. Yeah, but, most of the things his father did, it did work. Because they won all the championships in the 90s. They had Gene Michael. They had Bob Watson. So he's wrong about that. He forgets that, though. But he's looking at all the bad that his father did, that he got suspended, that it didn't work. But he's comparing himself to his father. He's going to get burned with that because he's not nowhere near his father. Sorry, but he was wrong on that one.
1995, they fired Buck Showalter. They hired Joe Torre and they won the World Series.
So why don't he mention the positives? Yeah, all right. His father his father wasn't perfect, but he did a hell of a better job than his son. Not all the things my father didn't necessarily work. But what are you doing that's working right now? Nothing. You haven't done a damn thing. You haven't done one solitary thing to help this team win a championship. You don't care about the fans. He's completely hopeless, this son. He doesn't know what to do with this team.
And you know what? He can't even say that neither because George Steinbrenner was missing from the Yankees for about 25% of his time with the Yankees.
Well, yeah, I think he was suspended. I think he was suspended for 3 years or something.
He got suspended twice.
He did.
Ye got suspended
and they
twice.
still won a champion. And that probably, believe it or not, was probably the best thing that happened to them, because then that made them rebuild the team. And then they brought, what's his name? Bob Watson and Gene Michael, and they did the rebuild, and and that's how they discovered Jeter, and they discovered Pettit, and they discovered Mariano Rivera and Bernie Williams. So that was probably the best thing that happened to them. So I mean, let's see him do something like that to Son. He'll never pull a rabbit out of his hat.
You know what I mean? So he got banned from baseball twice, and the Yankees still did what they did.
Yeah, it's almost like I feel like the son wasn't proud of the father. Like it doesn't sound like a son that was proud of his father. I think he was almost like ashamed of him.
And you know what? That's a sad story, because I spoke to Roy Campanellis at the AllStar Game. I was chilling with him for about an hour, right? And he played for the Yankees 1 year. Right, in 1976 or something like that. I don't know, before they won the World Series. And I asked him, like, when George Steinbrenner was there, you know, was he really a mean guy? Is he see what they say? He said, nah, he was the best guy I knew. He was a nice person, and he said he never saw him get mad or scream at anybody or anything.
No.
You know,
he's a great guy. Basically, as much as people say that, you know, he was a tough owner. He might have been a tough owner, but that's the way to go. You have to be like a tough owner. You can't be like a soft owner, because then people are going to get, you know, they're going to take advantage of you. You have to be a rough owner. He was
hard on the news. The news made him look like a terrible guy, but in real person he wasn't. So that's why it's sad that
he had a couple of incidents. I heard he had that fight with the Dodger fan in the elevator. He punched the Dodger fan out in 1981. That was pretty wild. But, you know, I don't blame him for doing that, because the Dodger fan was going after him. But, you know, he had a couple of altercations with people. But beyond that, I think he was awesome, George Steinbrenner. He's the best owner in sports. And all they make this guy out to be, I mean, it's ridiculous. Everyone knows he was the best.
You know, on the 4th of July, at the game, they didn't even say nothing about his birthday or happy birthday, George Steinbrenner. Nothing.
No.
It's sad.
I think the other son was more like the father, Hank Steinbrenner. He should have been the owner of the team.
Yeah, too bad he died, man.
Yeah, he died, and I heard I think he was like he was like an alcoholic. I heard, and they didn't want him around the team. What do you call it? The rest of the organization did not want Hank Steinbrenner a part of this team. It's almost like they were disgraced by him, because he had drinking problems. So it goes to show you, maybe they didn't like the father, because they thought that I don't think he was really close with the son. I don't think he was close with the other brother, Hal Steinbrenner.
I don't really know, because there's really no history on that. You know what I mean? Like when you hear Steinbrenner, you only hear the history about George Steinberg. You don't hear the history of his family. You know what I mean? So it's like.
And also, wasn't there like a daughter? Wait, how many kids were there? Hank, Hal, and there wasn't there like a Jessica Steinbrenner? Wasn't there a daughter?
Yeah, he has a daughter. I think he has 4 kids.
Oh, there was 4 of them. I figured that. There's 2 boys and 2 girls, right? Yeah, I thought so.
It's 3 for a fact. I know there's 3 for a fact, but I think he has an extra daughter though. I think he has 2 daughters and 2 sons.
I know he was married. His wife passed away. And I mean, his other kids, I bet you his daughters are not like him. I bet you his daughters are better than Hal Steinbrenner.
Well, I
wonder how they would run the team, unless they're running it like Hal is.
Well, they're all part owners of the team.
Yeah, no, I know they are. He's got his whole family in the in the organization.
They do have some say in it, but what do they know?
But they let it go though. Because if they cared, they would step up. They don't say nothing either. The rest of his family.
You know, I mean, the Yankees have to. I think, if they want to start somewhere, let them start with the scouting. Find new scouters. And start finding real guys, man, and stop playing around.
Yeah, it's a mess, this team. There's so many holes to fill in this team. It's not funny. There's so many things that they have to do. It's really a shame. It really is.
You know, this whole time, Brian Cashman was general manager. For the last 20 years, he could have built up a superb farm system where we don't even have to buy nobody.
Yeah.
You understand? And he failed to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and all the next men are gone, and now the whole farm system is depleted. You know,
and they don't even have a good farm system. They're just hyping up this Jason Dominguez, but how's this guy going to turn out? You don't know what he's going to be like.
Yeah, but then again, they bring these guys up too early as well.
Yeah.
You know, and then
well, no, that's the problem. They don't bring them up too early. They bring them up too late. They never want to bring these guys up. The way their farm system is run is a terrible disaster. They don't bring their guys up. Yeah. They never do.
And when they want to bring a guy up, they bring him up too early. You know what I mean? Because they overhype him, hype him up.
Well, I never saw them bring guys up early. They usually wait 3-4 years for service time, whatever they do, and then they bring them up late. Dominguez, you'll be lucky to see that guy next year or the year after, because they just always do. They run their team very just toxic. The Yankees, they do. It's a terrible. I would not want to be part of the organization as much as it's supposed to be the best. You know, the Yankees have the most championships, and don't buy into all of it, because once I can tell you right now, Cashman has not treated any of the players fair in the past. I mean, look what he did to Jeter. He did it to Mariano. He's not really a nice guy, Brian Cashman.
Look what he did to LeMahieu.
Yeah.
He didn't even want to sign him.
No, it's a toxic front office. Yeah, because they don't lay down for nobody. That they don't care who you are. They think they do what they want, and they believe what you're worth, and that's it. If they think you're worth it, you're worth it. If they don't think you're worth it, they're going to give you a hard time, and that's it. They're going to make you wait it out. That's why I don't know why anybody want to play on this team no more. This is not the team that it used to be. Yeah. When everybody wanted to play on the Yankees back then, everybody wanted to be a Yankee. Yeah. I don't think it's the team that it used to be. Everybody wanted to come here because this front office is a disaster. And Cashman has to go. He's too old. He's too old now. He's like an old man. He's like he wore out his welcome. He's been the GM since 1998, and he's been in the background since the 80s. Should have been gone, this guy.
Yeah, early 90s. You know?
He was like the eternal, what do you call it? The intern of assistant GM in like the 80s or something. He was like a young kid. Yeah. And now he's still on this team. It's ridiculous. He's still the GM. Nobody's been the general manager for that long. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true, man. Especially the game of baseball has changed. It has changed 3 times in that whole time period. The game of baseball. In the 90s, we had the steroids thing with Mark McGwire and all that, and then in the early 2000s, we had the big PED again, steroids.
Yeah, but even if they fire Aaron Boone, you know Brian Cashman's going to bring in another analytical manager. He's going to bring in the guy that he wants. We're not going to get the manager that we want. We're not going to get a Buck Showalter or Mike Sochi, or they're going to bring in another yes man. So this will never end. You have to get rid of Brian Cashman. That's the only way.
Yeah, they got to get a manager as well that is has Major League Baseball experience. You know?
Yeah, they can't hire another guy that has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's a problem. You can't do that.
And you know they have plenty of guys that are in the minor leagues right now working to get a job in the major leagues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they hire Aaron Boone that comes straight out of ESPN. You know what I mean? Totally different.
Well, he came from a baseball family. I mean, his brother was a baseball player, Brett Boone. His father, Bob Boone. So he's familiar with he's got the experience, but he just didn't know how to really. I don't think this guy really should have been a manager. He just doesn't know anything. His own mother and father actually came out and said that he doesn't know anything about managing. They even actually made fun of him.
That's funny. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they did. This team is just like I was trying to tell you. It's the same old thing with the Yankees, though. That nothing has changed. We're headed to the AllStar break now. We got a whole second half, and I don't really have any confidence in what this team's going to do going forward. I really don't. I don't think we're going to do anything different that we did in the first half. We had a horrible, dreadful first half. We didn't do anything great. This was an abomination. I don't know what's going to be different in the second half.
Yeah.
We're going to play the Astros now. It's the last team you want to play right now.
I believe the Astros are gonna. I think they're gonna sweep them.
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. All I know is I'm not watching the games. I don't even want to. If they do get swept, then that's the end. I mean, I told you, if the Yankees they're not like at least 5 games or 6 games out of first place by the All-Star break, and they're still 9 games or 10 games or 8 games out, it's over. This is not where they wanted to be. I told you months ago, we had to be at least 3 games out of first place by the All-Star break if we were in first place. They're 9 games out. How are they going to come out of this? You know how possible it's going to be for them to make the playoffs now?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
They're done. I mean, they're finished, this team. I don't know if there's people that still believe in this team. They think they're going to make it. How could you watch this? It's so horrible. It's so painful to be a fan of this team. It's like you just plunk out your own hair. You can't, like, take it. It's hard to be a fan of this team. It really is. It's like that movie with Al Pacino, The Godfather. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
It pulls me back in. I know, right?
Yeah, you still want to, like, you still want to give this team a chance because you're a fan. You don't want to give up on them. You can't help it. But then you just see the same nonsense and the same shit with this team. That doesn't change. They take 5 steps back, 5 steps forward, and 20 steps back. That's it. Repeat. That's the. What is this with the squad up? Squad up. What a terrible saying they came up with. Squad up.
So they better squad down.
Yeah, squad down. The losers down. Losers in the box. Savages in the box.
Man, what happened to that, man? I don't know, man. They got to get rid of
that. Went away a long time ago. That was like 2019. Boy, since then they've been losers because they have not done anything. This team, that really lived up to the hype. The Savages in the box. Yeah,
and
losers in the box.
2020, they didn't play well neither.
Nah, they wouldn't have made it last year if it wasn't for that playoff expansion thing. If they would have missed the playoffs. As far as I'm concerned, they didn't make the playoffs that year. It didn't count. It didn't count to me because they almost blew it. They didn't even make it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. They
just lose in the playoffs like always. They always disappoint everybody.
They were lucky to make it in there, man.
They got embarrassed by the Rays, a team that has a $40 million payroll. Ridiculous. They lose to all these low market teams. The Yankees never lost to any teams that were really great. They always lose to these mediocre teams. And what's going to be this year? If they do make it, we'll just lose to somebody else that has no business even beating us, and they'll beat us.
Exactly, and it's the worst team that beat us, and it's the team that's in contention that beats us too, man.
Yeah, it's the same teams, or it's a team that comes on the scene that we never saw before, and they beat us. They shock us. Well, what about with the Detroit Tigers? Nobody thought the Yankees were going to lose to that team, and they owned us, the Tigers, those 3 times.
It's true.
Nobody thought that was going to happen. I thought the Yankees were going to murder the Tigers that year in 2006. All the hype with that series. Yeah, the Yankees are going to destroy them. But we always get destroyed, man. But this team is looks like it's the end of the line for them. I mean, we got to be at least maybe 6 games out, 5 games out. I think we're 9 now. So you have to have the Red Sox lose 3, and the Yankees have to win 3 or win 2, and then we'll be, I guess, at least, 6 games out because it's 9 now. So figure if the Yankees want to stand a chance here, they got to at least be around that because it's 9 games out now. And I think 3.5 out of a second wild card. So, All right, I guess, they're in the wild card race, but I don't really have any hope. They got to leapfrog over 3 teams in the wild card.
Yeah, man, it's really bad, man.
Where do you think this team's going?
Nowhere, man. Nowhere.
Yeah, pretty much. We're going nowhere.
I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't get my hopes up. This team ain't going nowhere. Not like that.
The All-Star game is next Monday. I don't even know if I want to watch that. It's in Colorado. It's supposed to be really nice in Colorado. I don't know if I want to watch it. There's the home run derby. I don't even know who's in the home run derby this year. Who's in that home run derby?
They got pretty much all the main guys are gonna be there. Shohei Ohtani's gonna be batting. Aaron Judge.
He's not gonna be in the derby though. He said it. He said he's not gonna participate until they come back to New York. That's what he said.
Really? Well, they ain't never coming back. They shouldn't even come back to New York.
Yeah, by the time they come back to the All-Star break in Yankee Stadium, the team is going to look like a whole different team.
But they just had an All-Star game in the old stadium in 2008, so they're not coming back for another 10 years or something.
It's already been, it's 12 years now. They got to come back sometime. They haven't had an All-Star game here in a long time. They don't even go to Citi Field for an All-Star game, right? That was the last time they went there.
It's Citi Field the next year. I think it was.
Oh yeah, that's right. But Yankee Stadium hasn't had one since 2008. They never. I don't know. It's almost like they don't want to do. I don't know. It's like they don't want to do one over here. I think it's like they want to stay away from New York. I think there's a lot of haters.
Well, remember you got 30 teams, so they gotta go. That's almost like you gotta wait like 28 years for the next one. You know what I mean?
No, but they don't have to wait that long. They just would like to skip these stadiums because they don't want to do them. Yankee Stadium could have definitely been done a long time ago. They didn't have to wait 12 years to do another All-Star game. I mean, there is 30 teams, I understand, but...
You know what it is, too, what plays a factor in it is that the city itself may not be able to, maybe not able to accommodate, all these people in the city for the All-Star game.
I know. It was supposed to be in Atlanta this year, but they're in Denver, Colorado. I know they were supposed to originally be in Atlanta, and next year is supposed to be in L.A. They're going to come to Dodger Stadium. I don't know when the Atlanta one's going to be, but...
Probably not no more, because they said some racist stuff over there, and that's why they pulled out of there.
Oh, yeah, that's why. So next year is supposed to be L.A. They're going to Dodger Stadium, and then this year is Colorado. And eventually, I guess they'll come back to Yankee Stadium, like in the Bronx, I guess, like whenever that's going to be again. But... yeah, I'm not even going to watch it, man, because this team sucks. And their pitching sucks, man. The Yankees, they need a whole new rotation.
Yeah, they sure do, man. I mean...
what are they going to do with Garrett Cole? This guy is... if he pitches bad again, this is a major concern now.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, like you said before, everybody else in the league stopped using that sticky stuff, and he's the only one still having problems.
Yeah, well, there's a few that suck, but all the top pitchers are still pitching good. So I don't know what's going on with him, and this is going to turn into a bad contract. And it's like he's a fraud now.
Yeah, we got 9 years with this guy.
No, it's 7 years now. But it's going to be a joke if he pitches like this for the next 7 years. They can't have this. They just can't deal with this. He's going to have to adjust. He's got to turn this around because he can't be this pitcher for another 7 years.
He's going to turn into another AJ Happ. And stuff like that, giving up runs in the first inning.
That better not happen because that'll be a disaster if that happens. And then he's going to have to opt out.
Yeah, or the Yankees are going to have to make him opt out.
But yeah, he's got to opt out in the 5th year. So if he sucks for the next 3 years with them, then yeah, I don't even give a crap if he opts out then. He's going to be so terrible. Who's going to care if he opts out? And he's going to be 35 years old. So at that point, you won't care anymore.
Right.
So
know,
he better step it up. That's all I know. And this team better step up. I don't think they will. I hope they do, and I hope they have a better second half, and we can make a playoff run hopefully, and they can get the second wild card because that's their only hope. I think the division's dead for them. There's no chance in hell they're winning that division unless a miracle happens. But this division is pretty much over. The wild card, maybe the second wild card because they're only maybe 3 games or 4 games out. But like I told you, man. With this team, it's just you can't, don't get your hopes up with them. Just don't.
No, don't even bother. They're done, man.
This is the 2021 Yankees. That's it.
Stick a fork in them. They're done. That's it, yo. It's over.
Well, yeah, I would say it too. Stick a fork in them. That's it. I mean, if anybody thinks otherwise, then you're like one of those real diehard fans that. But you imagine though if you're gonna watch this team for the next 3 months, knowing they're gonna be this bad and they're not going anywhere. Well, why would you watch them for though? For what reason? Like, why would you want to see this team fold like that? Like, it's depressing.
Yeah, well, you want to see how bad it gets, so you know where to make the changes. You know what I mean?
But it's like there's no reason to watch them if they're going to be bad for the rest of the whole year and miss the playoffs. It's like we're just watching them for nothing. We're just seeing the ship sink. It's already sunk.
Right. Well, yeah, it's definitely taking in water.
I mean, it's pretty much the Titanic at this point, and the ship is I think they're already in the water already. So.
Yeah, I believe so, man. They floating out, man.
Yeah, they're trying to swim for shore now because they're all drowning. It's like they're on a respirator. I think they are. It's gotten to that point.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad when to see them like that when they're the laughing stock of the whole league.
Well, it is. Cortez is pitching today. Well, he's pitched actually. He's been pretty good, but I don't know against this offense with the Astros. I don't know what's good. And then Cole's pitching tomorrow. They have to take at least 2 out of 3. They can't. They cannot get swept. And we know they're not going to sweep, but they have to at least take 2 out of 3. I mean, Oakland has been beaten before. I mean, we beat them early in the season, but this is a different team now. We're not playing the same team that we played in the beginning of the year. So
yeah, but Oakland is still good though. They've been playing well, man. Those are the 3 good teams. Boston and the Astros and Oakland, man. Those guys.
Yeah, Oakland. I was saying Houston though. This is a different Houston team. This is a better team. We're not playing that team that we played in the beginning when they were saying FL Tuesday. This is a better Astro team now. The Astros are the number one team run differential. They have the most runs scored. than the Red Sox. Oh boy,
Yeah,
this is just this should be interesting. This should be fun. I'm not going to watch these games.
Yeah, they've been playing very well, man.
And you know what? The key to the Yankees are, even Aaron Judge said it, they have to jump out to an early lead. They did the first 2 games, didn't do it yesterday. I don't know what happened in that game yesterday. They should have swept the Mariners. The Mariners are not good.
No, man, and the pitcher was throwing it right down the middle. Couldn't hit the ball.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Yankees, though. They don't jump out to early leads, and they get themselves in trouble early on. And that's how they lose. They don't score runs quick, and they're always behind. It's just been everything with this team, man. It's like there's 1,000,001 problems on this team. You can't analyze everything. It's just too much. It'll give you a headache.
Yeah.
This team, it's a major headache. This team.
Yeah, it's a major bust, man. This is a wash. I mean,
yeah, it's a waste of a season. We got all excited for the season, basically for nothing. For nothing.
That's right, man. They could have done better than this. I mean, there's people that could have helped them play better. You know, the coaching staff could have. I don't know if they're helping them. I don't know what they're doing.
No, they don't want to make changes. You know, they don't. So that's pretty much the moral of the story with this team. They don't want to make any changes. So
we're gonna end the show here, man, because we pretty much said everything we could.
Yeah, we did. All right, man.
You know, so hopefully the Yankees come out on top this weekend, but don't get your hopes up, man. Look for us.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up. Hopefully 2 out of 3 is what I'm hoping, but if not, then the Yankees are going to lose the series. They're going to get swept. That's basically the way it's going.
Yeah, man. I mean, the only way the Yankees have a chance if they win every series. That's it. If they don't,
they got to win every game now. That's it. They have to win every game. That's it. Got to win every game now.
And it's hard for them to do. So anyway, I'm gonna let everybody go. Thanks for watching. It's been a good Friday, and please hit the notification bell if you lasted this long. And please share with other friends. Get this video going around the globe because it helped with the algorithm. You know, so if you lasted this long, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on Tuesday again. So so long, and let's go Yankees, man. See ya.